record. Yeah, we can do a bit.
We can just do a bit.
We can do a bit about
how we're gonna intro this
I don't know.
thing.
How are we gonna do this?
I don't know.
Are we doing it?
I don't know.
Are we in?
Wait, is it recording?
Yes, it's recording.
Oh, you can record. Okay.
We're in. We're good.
We're in.
We're in.
It's real.
It's happening. The Minstrel Blood hour of questions.
Or less.
Probably going to be like 20 minutes.
Maybe. We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Watch the whole way through because
there's a surprise at the end.
Lindsay's going to take her shirt off.
Ben's going to take his shirt off too.
None of those things are going to happen.
Probably not.
All right.
I mean, you're your own person.
Okay, so we've seen the questions, but we haven't talked about them. Lindsay doesn't even know the order that they're in.
I haven't even seen some of them.
I haven't thought much about it
tonight. Sorry.
So most of the answers to these questions will be improvised.
Rambling and probably bad.
Probably. But still watch the whole way through. So do we need an intro or are we good? We're good.
We're good.
All right.
Okay.
So, first question, Todd Towers. What advice would you give to people who are interested in starting a two-person team?
I think find somebody who you can spend that kind of time around.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if you don't play the same way because it can be really fun to
That's
play
actually
with
better.
people. Yeah, it can be really fun to play with people who have an entirely different play style from you. I think the most important thing is just, find somebody who you're okay spending that much time around.
Yeah. Yeah, find somebody who you are friends with in real life or somebody who you've seen on stage whose play style you like. Mm-hmm. And, ideally somebody who isn't, because you're going to spend 25 minutes on stage with this person, so if you guys play the exact same way, all of your shows are going to seem really similar, and you're probably going to get bored because you're not challenging yourself to play a different way.
I think that's something that we fell into for a little bit, and so now we're at a point where we're kind of like, okay, how can we push ourselves to play in a way that we don't normally play? Because I think we do play really similarly. Yeah,
that's true. So, this is do what I say, not what I do.
Not what we do.
Yeah, don't do what we do.
I mean, do what we do, because we genuinely like each other, and
True.
we like hanging out, and we have a similar sense of humor, I think.
I think that's probably a thing, too. Like, somebody who you find funny.
Right.
Well, I guess I already said that.
Yeah. And I mean, somebody who you feel comfortable with and who you can trust.
Yeah.
As with any improv team, it's really important with a twosie, obviously, because they're the only other person you can rely on, as opposed to a Herald team where you have, 9 or 10 or 12 other people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Thanks, Todd. Who's next?
Next question. I'll let you read this one.
Marshall Cox wants to know who the fuck we think we are.
We're fucking Minstrel Blood. So back off, Marshall. I don't see you doing a twosie.
I wasn't going to be aggressive.
Oh. Okay, you be however you want to be. I'm going to be aggressive to Marshall.
I don't know if Marshall is being aggressive or if he's being existential, but I think the answer either way is, aren't we all just trying to figure that out, man?
Good answer.
Thanks.
Good answer.
Thanks.
Next question. David Imler. Do you want to build a snowman?
Only if no one says anything about Frozen.
I don't want to build a snowman. No, I hate snow. I hate the cold.
You don't even enjoy the whimsy of it.
No. I want nothing to do. If it's snowing, I want to be inside.
Were you a child ever?
No.
Oh.
I came out of the womb like this. With my glasses on.
That explains it.
Oh, I just got a Facebook notification.
That explains
it. If it's somebody asking a question, it's too late.
Sorry.
It's already started.
Sorry.
You're right.
Okay.
My questions.
Andy wants to know, is Marshall doing a bit? Also, what Imler said. Is Marshall's probably doing a bit.
I think Marshall's doing a bit. Also, we already answered the snowman question, so...
Yes, no.
Yes, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Unless Frozen's being mentioned, then no. All right, Christy Meyer wants to know, what do you guys do if both of you get stuck at the same time on stage? How do you revive the story and continue to improvise?
It probably seems really dumb because it's the advice that you hear all the time, and it sounds really hokey. I really just look at you, like that's
like this.
Yeah, like if I And then I know exactly
okay, yeah,
what
then we know.
like, it is one of those tips that sounds really hokey and dumb, but if I get stuck, I just come back to all that we really have is the two of us, so I just come back to the two of us, and then it just kind of snaps me out of it, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything different for a twosie than if you're in any other scene. I mean, most of the scenes you do are two-person scenes, so it's the same advice there of slow down, look at your scene partner, figure out where you are, and repeat whatever the thesis of your scene is at the time, and you'll find something, because we've all been there. The only difference is, again, like if you're on a Herald team with a lot of people, if you get stuck, sometimes your teammates may catch that.
Right, you might have someone save you from the side. But yeah, when you're on a twosie, it's just the two of you.
It's just the two of you, yeah.
So look at each other and say what you're feeling, and it's really hard to go wrong with that.
Yeah, just use one of those good, I feel, I want, I think statements, and just kind of restate your thesis, because when you're whatever conflict you're in, that will re-trigger the conflict to happen again.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, like if you say that to your scene partner, they can't not say anything to it. So you know, if they don't, you have a bad scene partner, I guess. Okay.
Your turn. I don't know if you know this, but we're alternating. And then when you read the question, I answer first, and when I read the question, you answer first.
I didn't catch on to this.
That's the game of the video.
I'm bad at improv sometimes. Nathan Kangel wants to know, what kind of warm-up is best for a twosie?
I feel like our answer may be the same, because we pretty much always do the same warm-ups.
Yeah.
We do 7 things, and then we do say the same word game, where we both try to say, hey, let's improvise. Let's play say the same word game right now.
This is going to go on forever.
This may never end.
Okay.
I'll cut this part out if it goes on too long.
Yeah, and you'll just know it existed but never see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Chili. Bark and chili.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Hot dog.
Oh!
Close enough! Close enough!
Hot dog, dog. God, hot dog, so that's good.
Right?
Why did I not? I was just like, dog in a coat? Dog in a small winter coat? But I was like, that's probably too many words.
I do like dogs in coats.
So my answer was at least cute. Yeah. That was the mental image I had.
Yeah.
So yeah, we always do that one because... not to brag, but most of the time we get it in 2 or 3 moves, and then that makes me feel good about stuff.
Most of the time we don't have to go with close enough.
Yeah, most of the time we just get it.
Yeah.
Hot dog, God, that's so good.
Thanks. I mean, I think I don't know if I believe that there are warm-ups that are good for twosies specifically.
Yeah.
I think there are warm-ups that different people respond to and that different people prefer. There are definitely some that are better suited for smaller groups than bigger ones, obviously.
And others that you can't do in a smaller group.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can't really play like bunny with the two of us.
Or big booty.
Yeah.
That's pretty much pointless. But yeah, those are my favorites. I really love those two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next question. Stephen Horowitz says, can you tell a story of the worst, best time one of you broke on stage because of something the other did? So many. Can't think of a specific one.
I feel like I don't break a lot.
It
sounds really douchey. You break all the time.
I break so many times that it doesn't even register.
You break
anymore.
all the time. I remember. I don't remember.
Wasn't there a show that we were in a practice show where we had to end the set because I was on the floor laughing?
Probably. I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. I think one of the funniest, I don't know if it was like really a break, but maybe like the most like tickled I ever was, where I like just wanted to like stop the show and be like, are we serious? Was our compass show at the dark room, where I don't know, that's one of my favorite things, is to just say, well, let's just say something, 1, 2, 3, and then say something.
Good.
And then, even though this scene wasn't about dogs, you said, I said, like, I got...
Well, we started the scene, and we were each like, I have something I need to say to you. And so we were like, say it at the same time.
Yeah.
And you said, I got a dog. At the same time, I said,
I ran over
your dog.
I think that was like the first line was like, I have something to tell you. And I said, I have something to tell you too. And then I said, let's just say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3. And then we both basically said, dog. And I was like, that's improv. That's magic.
I remember the look on your face. Like, I could tell you were hardly processing it. You were just, because you kept saying in the scene, really? You really just said you ran over my dog? Like, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I just did it.
That's just one of those things that it's like, you can't
Yeah.
You really can't, like, plan for that.
Yeah.
Oh, the screen went dark. I hope we're still recording. I think we are.
I hope
Seems
so.
like so.
I mean, that scene is just one of my favorite that we've ever done.
Yeah.
Because we then walked out because I was like, it's still in the street.
The
And you were like, oh, well, fine, let's just go look. And then we went out into the street outside the dark room and carried on the scene while everybody was just like, what is it? Oh, okay. Like, I remember there were people sitting outside drinking. And they had no idea what was going on. We were yelling about clearly an invisible dead animal.
Yeah. People in the street were really confused.
They were really confused.
I just closed out our questions.
Oh, that's fine. I'll keep talking.
Keep talking about how good our show was that one time.
One time that I remember breaking really hard. It's kind of cheating because it was when we did One Night Stand and Melanie Penn played with us. And in the scene, she was bringing in chickens from a chicken coop. And we all got confused about object work and how many chickens there were. So she kept just handing us chickens.
Yeah, there ended up being like 5 chickens.
And naming them. And naming all, like, here's Roberta, and I brought Kyle, and where did Robert go? And, like, it was, I couldn't, I had to, like, throw my chicken out the window because I just couldn't do it anymore. It was a good one. I had fun with that. Okay, where are we? Oh.
We're at Tim Walsh.
Great, we're at Tim Walsh. Tim Walsh wants to know, I'm being mean. Tim Walsh wants to know what's with all the B material. He means B, like, this is not, like, less than A grade.
Because we only give A grade material.
He might mean it both ways.
Yeah. I'm gonna, like, you assume Marshall meant it in a nice way. I'm gonna assume Tim means it in a nice way.
Okay.
Especially since he spelled it B-E-E.
It is in text, so I guess we have proof. All right.
Cool. Oh, right, you asked a question, so I can answer. I think we just, maybe Tim needs to see more Minstrel Blood shows, because we only had one show that was very bee-centered.
We had one show, and the suggestion was that the world ended by bees.
By bees. And somehow I knew somebody was going to say bees.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny.
It's a Cards Against Humanity card. That's how you know it's funny.
Yeah. There's that Oprah gif. Bees are funny in theory, but I'm actually really afraid of them in real life.
I'm allergic.
So.
The first time I ever got stung was last summer. Twice. I got stung twice. And I was, like, really allergic. It hurt.
That's what I'm afraid of. Because I don't know if it's actually true, but the myth is always that you can become allergic later in life. I thought you were going to say become a bee. I don't know why I thought that was going to be... You can become a bee if you get... They're like zombies. Continue, I'm sorry. No.
Later in life you can become allergic.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard. It's probably one of those things that's not actually true, and they just get kids to believe it when they're dumb, and then you keep believing it when you're still dumb. But I'm afraid to be that person who finds out they're allergic to bees when I'm 27 years old and then dies. Die.
Don't die.
No.
Next question. Logan Short. It's been a hot minute since I've seen Minstrel Blood, but I remember your seamless edits most. Think you did a lot of line transitions. Made your show tight and crisp. Do you practice your edits in particular, and do you think tight editing is conducive to cleaner scene work?
We don't practice them.
No.
Not at all. Thank you for that, because I guess I've never felt like our edits are particularly clean. I think it's one of those things of just being on a 2-person team. You have to swipe yourself because no one else will do it. And so it kind of automatically becomes like an in-scene edit.
Because you don't go to the sides, you just have to flip around.
You have to just basically do a lap and then come back. On a personal note, I do really like clean edits. I do hate when people walk past and go...
Good thing I've never done that.
I hate when people walk past and just go, ugh. I remember in level 4 when Eric Christensen taught us, he was very big on, like, initiate your next scene as you're swiping. Don't wait until you're out there. Make eye contact with somebody and pull them in and initiate as you're swiping so that it does seem seamless. And I don't do that as much as I want to. But I think when people do it, it looks fantastic. I don't know if that answers your question.
I think you did it.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Logan.
Thanks, Logan. Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah. Ron Moore wants to know, if a hen and a half lay an egg and a half in an hour and a half, how much does a pound of butter weigh? You're tricky.
That is tricky.
You're tricky.
I think that we already have proven that we don't know a lot about chickens since we brought 5 onto stage.
I mean, yeah. Also, we gave them person names.
Person names, yeah.
I think it's a pound. I'm going to say a pound.
I think that's a good answer.
Give or take. Yeah.
I'm with Lindsay.
Thanks.
Erica Lee wants to know, Was there a time you were exhausted and had no inspiration whatsoever but had to perform? How did you draw energy from each other's and the audience, etc.? What helps most in those situations, specifically for twosies?
I can't think of a specific time, but yes, I have done plenty of performances exhausted and cranky and fed up with everything, even him.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We did that show after, well, you went to sleep some, but I stayed up all night, and then we did that show.
That all night.
But you didn't sleep much.
That was rough.
That was rough.
That was rough. I was exhausted then, you're right. I think for me, it's always just been the energy of getting on stage and knowing that, okay, I'm going to do this thing, and there's nothing else I can do. I can't prepare anything. I have to just do it. And I always find that really invigorating.
And I think in a twosie, it's actually easier than it is harder to get into that space, because if you're on a 10-person team and you're not feeling it, you can very easily stand on the back line and not participate.
Yeah.
But in a twosie, you have to be there for your scene partner.
Yeah, you have no choice.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
So you're like tired, cranky, whatever, you just kind of forget it and get into the character.
Yeah. Yeah.
And get into
I
the
think
scene.
High energy warm-ups
Mm-hmm.
always help. It's really hard to be... it's kind of hard to stay cranky while you're playing like Bunny
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. I think that can be really helpful too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pat Nide wants to know what is your favorite Sugar Cub sticker?
I didn't know what Sugar Cub was.
Ben didn't even know what Sugar Cubs
it's
were, Pat. Come on.
It's a series of Facebook stickers for those of you that are unfamiliar. Lindsay's pulling them up now.
I'm gonna find, because as soon as I saw this question, I figured out which one was my favorite, and I didn't
even look, to be honest, so this is gonna be I'm
gonna find it.
A last minute thing.
It's okay. It's where camera. Oh my god, why am I so bad at this? It's
there it is.
It's this guy right here with the rose. I think that little Lothario, that little Don Juan is he's so adorable. He's my favorite. He's my favorite Sugar Cub by far.
Okay, I think my favorite Sugar Cub. Oh man, there are a lot of good ones. I don't know. Mine's probably the one that's actually right next to hers. It's two Sugar Cubs that are like under the blankets smooching.
Aww.
Because I'm pervy like that.
Smoochy Cubs. Smoochy Cubs.
All right, and this is our final question on the Minstrel Blood Question Hour.
Oh boy.
It's a three-parter from Scott Gresham. Let's just answer in 3 parts.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, question number 1. What would you say is the best Back to the Future and why?
I haven't seen any of them.
Really?
Really.
I was going to say that I've never seen 3, and that was going to get me in trouble, but you've never seen any?
I haven't seen any of them.
Okay, well, my favorite is the first one, because it's the original, it's good, it's been a while, but, we didn't need the hoverboards, we didn't need the future. They were wrong anyway, turns out.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't everything supposed to happen in 2015?
Yeah, we're supposed to have hoverboards and crazy stuff.
The year is young, is what I'm saying.
That's true. You make a good point.
I mean,
and
people are pushing for it because of that movie.
It's true.
Yeah.
Also, another good thing about the first one, everybody loves a good Oedipus, go back in time, sleep with your mom thing. Second question, do you feel that the franchise would have failed if it had kept Eric Stoltz in the role of Marty McFly?
I don't know who Eric Stoltz is.
I don't either. Third and final question, if you'll permit me to ask a long question, let's say you've had a rough week. You're swamped at work, you haven't been to the grocery store in a month, and you badly need to do laundry. With all of that in mind, how do you find the time to watch the Back to the Future trilogy? I think my answer is that it's 2015, and while the hoverboards didn't happen, what did happen was that we all have a computer in our pocket.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
If I'm on my way to the grocery store, I can drive and kind of watch it.
Don't be that person.
Put it on my TV while I'm doing laundry.
Yeah. That's much safer.
Or watch it at work, because I have 2 monitors, so I can watch it on this monitor and look like I'm working on this monitor.
That's how I find time to watch things that I want to watch.
I think in 2015 there's a lot of time to do anything and then also watch Back to the Future. And why wouldn't you?
Or anything else if you don't care about Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's true too. Join us next week as Lindsay and I watch all 3 Back to the Futures back to back and record our faces while we're watching Back to the Future.
But we're not going to share it with you. It's just for us.
It's just for us. It's a private thing.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.